So I will call the participant one by one to make sure all the participants are complete. The first participant in the second session is Putu Indah Cynthia Dewi. Putu Indah Cynthia Dewi, can you hear my voice? Okay, maybe she's not here. And then the second participant is Mrs. Andariningsih. Mrs. Andariningsih. Okay. The third participant is Mr. Djemiran. Mr. Djemiran. Mr. Djemiran. Mr. Djemiran. Okay. The next participant is Kadek Dwi Anjani. And then Mrs. Ridha Rachmathiany. Miss Ridha Rachmathiany. And then Miss Mayasari Putri Ardela. Okay. And then
I'm here.
Yes, thank you. The last participant is Kadek Shinta Marheni. Kadek Shinta, okay.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. So I think, Mr. Sony, all the participants are 6 persons.
6 person?
Yeah,
Already
6
6 person?
Yeah, we miss Putu Indah Cynthia Dewi.
Okay, and how about Miss Andariningsih? Is there?
Miss Andariningsih, yeah. I see the participant number 79, Andariningsih.
79. But
Yeah.
I think she can hear our voice because now she's in hospital. So unstable Wi-Fi.
Okay. Or maybe we can go to Mr. Dr. Djemiran.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Dr. Djemiran.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam, Dok.
Thanks, Mrs. Putri. Presentasi. Ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. For moderator Mrs. Putri, thank you for viewing and attendance. I'm Dr. Djemiran from Morocco District in General Hospital Darmayu. Today, I will present the disease with the title Analysis Performance of Nursing Personnel in Inpatient Room Darmayu Hospital Morocco and the factors that influence. Next. Research purpose, general purpose, knowing what factors influence the performance of nursing staff in the inpatient room of Darmayu Morocco Hospital. Special purpose, 1. Determine the effect of nurse loyalty on nurses' performance in inpatient room of Darmayu General Hospital. to determine the effect of nurses' commitment. Yes. Determine effect of nurse commitment to the performance of nurse in the patient. Determine the effect of nurses on the performance. 4. Determine the effect of the reward system and analyzing the effect of loyalty, commitment, and status of reward system on the performance of nurses in the inpatient nurse Dharmayu General Hospital. Next. This is Iblis. There was no influence between familiarity, employment status, lack of work, and reward status on the performance of nursing staff in the patient room of Dharmayu Hospital Purworejo. And there is an influence between commitment and loyalty, employment status, lack of work, and reward status on the performance of nursing staff in the patient room of Dharmayu Hospital Purworejo. Next. Yeah. Correlation of commitment and loyalty in the nurse of official performance from the result of the multiple linear regression test of study. The result of commitment and loyalty have EP value of 0.007 means 0.05. This value indicates that the commitment and loyalty variable significantly influence the performance variable of nurses. The research assumption that commitment and loyalty variable have positive coefficient values, so that they have an influence on nurse staff performance variables, meaning that if commitment and loyalty increase, staff performance will also increase. Conversely, performance in the care room will also decrease. This result is in line with research by Preko and Hamzah, which states that loyalty influence performance. Next. Correlation reward system for nurse official performance. From the result of multiple linear regression, test result obtained reward system has a p-value of 0.592 more 0.05. This value indicates that the reward system variable does not significantly influence the performance variables of nurse. Based on previous research conducted by Novinda, which states that there is a relationship of rewards with nurse performance, where the better the award given, the better the performance of nurse products. So it can be said that rewards can be achieved in if nursing performance can be implemented well. However, the result of this study differ from the result of previous research which showed that the reward system on nurse performance. This is factor that can influence officer to receive rewards. Next. Correlation reward system. Yes. Correlation length of work on nurse official performance from the result of multiple linear regression. The result of estimate work time is 0.400, which is more than 0.05. This value indicates that the length of work variable does not significantly influence the performance variables of nurses. Based on the results of research analysis shows that the length of work variable has a negative coefficient, meaning that if the length of service of a nurse officer is high, then the performance of nurses actually tends to be low. And vice versa, if the length of service of nurses is low, then the performance of nurse actually tends to be high. Next. Yes.
3 minutes to go, Doc. Sorry.
Based on the results of the significance of the regression equation test simultaneously. Based on the result of the F-test, can be seen that the p-value of 0.007 is more than 0.05, which means the or is rejected, so it can be concluded that together the variables of work time, commitment and loyalty, the system reward and employee status have a significant influence on nurse performance variables. Next. Yes. Next. Yes.
1 minute to left, Doc. Sorry.
Yeah. Based on the results, significant of partial conclusion, the commitment and loyalty variable have a positive effect on the performance of officer in the nursing room. The reward system variable has a positive effect on the performance of officer in the nursing room. Employee status variable has a positive effect on the performance of officer in the nursing room. Variable length of works negatively affect the performance of officer in the nursing room. This is in line with the longer the working period. The age is also increasingly followed. These factors, such as health, endurance, chapter power, and so on, will also decrease. Variable length of service, commitment and loyalty, reward system, and employee status have a significant influence on the performance variable of nurses. Next. Recommendation for respondent at the Mayasari, if the researcher sees the respondent answer in filling out the questionnaire The responsibility in the neck. Yeah. For the General Hospital, the hospital need to evaluate the performance of official. SLA. Thanks. Thank you for your attention and time. Hope it will be useful for you all.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Thank you, Dr. Djemiran, for the presenting. The title is Analysis Performance of Nursing Personnel in Intensive Room Dharmayu Hospital.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doc. For the next participant, we will call for Mrs. Kadek Dwi Anjani, right? Mrs. Kadek Dwi Anjani, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good morning, Mrs. Kadek Dwi Anjani.
Good morning.
You will be
Good
present.
morning.
Okay, you will be presenting. The title is Mother's Knowledge and Behavior of Anemia Prevention in Children. Application of Pender's Health Promotion Model. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I would like to say thank you for the time. Let me introduce myself. My name is Kadek Dwi Anjani. In this opportunity, I would like to present mother's knowledge and behavior of anemia prevention in children, application of Pender Health Promotion Model. Okay, next. In background, anemia is a blood disorder that occurs because the amount of healthy hemoglobin or red blood cell in the body is less than normal. World Health Organization data in the worldwide prevalence of anemia in 2008 show that 48.8% of the world population suffer from anemia. The highest prevalence occur in toddlers, 47.4%. Pregnant women, 41.8%, while in school-age children is 25.4%, which means 305 million school-age children worldwide suffer from anemia. In Indonesia, prevalence of anemia in children under 5 is around 30 to 40%, while in school children, 25 to 35% is caused by poverty, malnutrition, vitamin A deficiency, and folic acid. Based on the result of the basic health research in 2018, prevalence of anemia in Indonesia was 23.7%, and children aged 5 to 14 years were 26.8%. The fourth highest for the afterward happened to the elder, adolescent, and toddlers. Okay, next. Health promotion with the health promotion model or HPM approach present by knowledge defender is an effort to be able to help understand individual health behavior and can be a guideline in the providing counseling to promote health behavior. In the theory explained previous behavior, personal factor, the benefit of action, obstacle, self-ability, attitude, associated with activity, interpersonal and situational influence that commitment greatly affect one behavior in achieving optimal health status. This health promotion model has been used by a number of studies, one of which was by Dian Laili Aziza in 2014, which used lecture, media, and short film as an effort to prevent diarrheal disease. The result of this study indicate that is an influence between health education lecture method and short film in increasing student knowledge about diarrhea prevention. Next. A preliminary study was conducted in Kabupaten Primary Health Care for 20 children. From the result of the hemoglobin examination as much as 8% when 2 children had anemia. Observation were continued with 6 children in elementary school in the local area. 3 children were found to be weak, lethargic, pale conjunctiva, sleepy, and not concentrate while studying, while 3 conjunctival children were not anemic, could focus with studying, and had a good grade. The result of interview with parents, most parents don't know about anemia and don't know if anemia can be experienced by children. Providing health promotion with the health promotion model approach is expected to increase maternal awareness and increase information in taking anemia prevention measures. This objective, this study aims to develop a health promotion model based on a gender theory approach to knowledge, attitude, and behavior of mother about preventing anemia in children. In methods, this research was conducted in the Tambahan 2 primary health care using quasi-experiment design and pre-post design approach. The study was conducted in November until December 2019 to 100 mothers who have elementary school children aged 10 to 11 years. Pre and post data collection is done by using a questionnaire. Health promotion is carried out by providing counseling 3 times a week for 3 weeks, and then the analysis of data is done using the McNamara test. The study has received an ethical approval from the SICH Buleleng Health Research Ethics Commission with number 133/AC/Kap/X/2019. In research, characteristic of respondent can be seen in the table 1. Characteristic of respondent seen by age, education, status of working, parity, children at birth. Next. In table 2, cross tabulation between characteristic respondent and pretest in Kubu Tambahan 2 primary healthcare in 2019. Next. 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 The conclusion. In conclusion, there is an effect of health promotion of mother knowledge about anemia prevention, P 0.000. There is an effect of health promotion on mother behavior of anemia prevention, P 0. There is no effect of health promotion on mother attitude about anemia prevention, P 0.845. Health promotion by conducting of reach to the community needs to be carried out continuously by involving all aspects ranging from health worker, community leaders, community health worker, and family to improve community health status. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That's all.
That is enough, Mrs. Kadek Dwi Anjani, right? You have
Yes.
3 minutes to go.
That's enough.
That's enough. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Before I goes to the next presenter, I just want to remind that don't forget to fill the presence link in the Zoom chat. And don't forget, if you have any question, you can write in Zoom chat for anybody, especially in section 2. Now, before I went to the next presenter, I will to call again because she's coming late at the last session. He's Miss Lidia Ekiq Kurniavie. Are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Okay. Good morning, Miss Lidia Ekiq Kurniavie.
Good morning.
Okay. Now it's your turn because you have in the last section.
Okay.
Now you come to the next section is section 2. And you will to representing the title is the effect of social media exposure on depressing facing COVID-19 pandemic. Time is yours.
Okay. My research is the effect of social media exposure on depression and anxiety disorders in facing COVID-19 pandemic. Next. The introduction is the first COVID-19 was reported in Indonesia on March 2, 2020, and physical distancing setting that is applied to avoid the spread of the coronavirus more widely. Around 750% of internet users in Indonesia access social media every time they on internet. The use of social media with a long period of time can affect health, physical and physiological health in adolescents. Next. Our research method is quantitative research with cross-sectional design conducted during May 2020, and the participants of this study were 430 students who were reached using an online questionnaire. Social media exposure measured by access social media during 3 months, and depression was assessed by Chinese Well-Being Index, and anxiety assessed by Generalization Disorder Scale. Next. We use Microsoft Office Excel software and Stata version 30 software for analysis, and officially written approved letter from Research Ethics Commission of Medicine University Islamic Al-Azhar Mataram. Next. This is the result of participant characteristic. Next. Next again. Okay, and this is the result of multivariate analysis of several variables with depression. No. Before it. Yes, thank you. In this table, it shown that there is effect of high social media exposure with odds ratio 1.6 and 4, and it means students with high social media exposure are 1.64 times more likely to be depression than low exposure. Next. No, next. Next slide, I mean. The table 4. Okay, thank you. In the table 4, is result multivariate analysis of several variables with anxiety disorder. And it shown that there is effect of high social media exposure on anxiety disorder. Students with high social media exposure are 1.64 times more likely to be anxiety disorders than low exposure of social media exposure. Next. The discussion is during this coronavirus pandemic, most people realize the importance of prevention measures, the importance of social distancing, and following the advice of other governments to limit the spread of infection. However, there is increasing concern the public about various information regarding COVID-19 infection. and the internet can be used for consultation or counseling and to restore daily routine during the COVID-19 pandemic. But spending too much time looking for COVID-19 on social media that makes us always remember infodemic transmission also has changed emotional impact. Our findings indicate that where anxiety or depression can contemplation on social media. Next. The conclusion on our research is there are high prevalence of mental health problems which positively associated on high social media exposure during the COVID-19 outbreak. And these findings implicate the parents and university, of course, need pay more attention to students to psychological health among students while facing COVID-19. And the next implication is monitoring and filtering out false information and promoting accurate information through cross collaboration. This is for me. Thank you.
Enough? Okay, you have 5 minutes to go. That is enough, Mrs. Lidia Ekiq Kurniavie.
Yes, I think it's for me enough.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Now we will go to the next presentator. Before I go to the next presentator, I just want to remind them that don't forget to fulfill the absent link in the Zoom chat. So I will go to the next participant, Mrs. Ridha Rachmathiany, right? Are you there,
Yes, I
Mrs.
am.
Ridha? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Mrs. Ridha, good morning, Mrs. Ridha.
Good morning.
Good morning. You will do representing the title Factor that Influence on the Happiest Students Female of Islamic Boarding School Al Huda Kediri City based on health belief model theory, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. Time is yours.
Okay. Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Ridha Rachmathiany. I'm from Institute of Health and Science Study Indonesia. I will presenting my research. There's a title factor that influence the happiest students, female of Islamic boarding school, Al Huda Kediri City, based on health belief model theory. Next. Okay, this background. Islamic boarding school in Indonesia still have many problems that are so classic that is about the health of students and the problem of problems and disease in Islamic boarding school very rarely receive attention from members of the Islamic boarding school itself, and the community and government. Because boarding school have their own culture that is different from the other, namely its general public. And this based on EMIS, Education Management Information System, Minister of Religion, 2010/2011, Islamic boarding school in Indonesia, number 27,000 institutions consisting of 49.4%, the Salafi or Salafiyah traditional Islamic boarding school. 11.3% Islamic boarding school of Salafiyah modern Islamic boarding school, and integrated or combined boarding school as many as 39.3% with students. Of the total number of students, males consisted of 52% and females 48%. Next. This method research on the factors influencing the behaviors of female students at Al Huda Islamic Boarding School to explore notes, attitudes, support of birth administrators, and motivation based on the health belief model theory. Research use describe quality methods that describe them with words or sentences instead of number. Research site at the Al Huda Islamic Boarding School. The subject, there are 17 female students of the Al Huda Islamic Boarding School. In its informant, there are 16 female students. So female students at Al Huda Islamic Boarding School. That retrieval, this is I use the in-depth structure interview or Japan interview, observation, and documentation. The next. The result is 12 times the 12 point. Yeah? This one lack of knowledge of female students about behaviors in Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. The second, student female just does not understand about behaviors in Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. The third, the importance of behaviors is played in the Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. The fourth, the need for information about behaviors Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. The positive attitude of female student at behaviors in Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. The sixth, constating experience by female students to conduct behaviors in Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. Next, the boarding school administrator by attention to behaviors for female students at Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. Next, the boarding school administrators provide information about behaviors for female students at Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. And next, the boarding school administrator help female student behaviors at Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. Then the importance of support from boarding school administrators to encourage behavior Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. 11. Motivation of female students to apply behaviors at Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. Thus, the importance of cooperation between a female student and a boarding school administrators to encourage behaviors in a Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. Next. Okay, this is conclusion. Conclusion 12 of them. One is acknowledge about behaviors. Female student at Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. Second, behaviors female student Al Huda Islamic Boarding School in Kediri City. The third, the importance of behaviors being applied in Islamic boarding school. 4. The need for information about behaviors Islamic boarding school. Next, the attitude of behaviors female student in Islamic boarding school. Okay. Six, the obstacle to doing behaviors in Islamic boarding school. The 7, the boarding school administrators pay attention to behaviors in Islamic boarding school. 8, that a boarding school administrator provide information about behaviors in Islamic boarding school. 9, the boarding school administrator help the behaviors female students in the Islamic boarding school. 10, the importance of support from boarding school administrator to encourage behaviors Islamic boarding school. 11, how to motivate yourself behaviors in Islamic boarding school. And the last, the importance of motivation friends or administrator of Islamic boarding school to encourage behaviors in Islamic boarding school. Okay, this is documentation in my research. This is a part there, not all documentation. Okay, next. Okay, thank you. I think they enough. Thank you for attention.
Thank you, Miss Ida. You have 3 minutes
Okay.
to left. Any? That is enough for you?
Yes, enough.
Enough. Okay, thank you for
Okay.
Mrs. Ridha Rachmathiany. Now
Okay.
we will go to the next presentator. The next is Mrs. Mayasari Putri Ardela, S.Keb, BD M.Keb. Are you there? Mrs.
Yes,
Mrs. Mayasari?
I'm
Okay.
there.
Okay, you will to presenting the title The Effect of Oxytocin Message on the Fundal Height of Multiparous Mother on the first until 10th day of postpartum, right?
Yes.
Okay, you have 10 minutes to present it. The time is yours.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Sony. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. My name is Mayasari Putri Ardela from Kadiri University. I'm the first author of this paper. This paper titled The Effect of Oxytocin Massage on the fundal head of multiparous mother on the first until 10th day postpartum. This article is presented in the second Strada International Conference on Health SICH 2020 in Kediri, East Java, Indonesia. Next. Let me introduce my team on this research. There are Mrs. Nara, Mrs. Linda, and Mrs. Sunaningsi. We are from Midwifery Program Kadiri University. Okay, next. Next. This research is motivated by the maternal mortality ratio is still far from the target of Sustainable Development Goals, which is 70%, 70 per 100,000 live births in 2030. Maternal death is due to bleeding. One factor of prevention is the suction of the uterus due to uterus in the slow of uterine involution. One
Hello, Miss Mayasari. Maybe we lose contact with Miss Mayasari because of signal. Mrs. Rati, we will do the next or still waiting for Mrs. Mayasari?
Okay, I think we can wait for her for about 2 or 3 minutes because I think this is the technical problem. But
Okay,
yeah,
so we will do the
hello.
next presenter. Okay, okay, Mrs. Mayasari, are you
yeah,
there?
sorry. Yeah,
Can I continue my presentation?
yeah, sure.
Okay, okay, you can, of course.
Okay. One way to control the bleeding that comes uh, from the place of placental implantation by correcting the contraction and retraction of the strong myometric fiber is with the oxytocin massage. It can stimulate the oxytocin hormone so that the uterine involution process can run normally. This study aims to determine the effectiveness of oxytocin massage on the acceleration of height decline of fundal head on multiparous mother since the first until 10th day of postpartum. Next. Next. This research was conducted in PMB Evita Diretno Tulungagung in January until February 2020. This study used a quasi-experiment with the form of a post-test with the control group. The sampling technique is taken by using purposive sampling with a total 20 postpartum multiparous mothers. They are divided into two groups. 10 mothers are MASAs and 10 mothers are not MASAs. Researchers perform oxytocin massage on the treatment group from the first until 10th day of postpartum. Observation of uterine involution is carried out by measuring the fundal height in the experimental and control group. Test of data normality use Kolmogorov-Smirnov and test of hypothesis use one-way ANOVA. Next. So let's move on result section. This table shows the result of different tests on control group and experimental group with oxytocin massage. Next. The overall average of fundal height since the first until the 10th day observation of postpartum multiparous mother show a daily significant decline, both in the based on the average value, the decline of fundal height in the control group reached 1 centimeter on average, with the lowest average fundal height at 10-day observation is 8.62 centimeters, while in the treatment group, the decline of fundal height reached more than 1 centimeter, with the lowest average fundal height at 10-day observation is 9.65 centimeters. Next. Next. The oxytocin massage is a spinal massage ranging from costae 5 to 6 through scapula nerves to produce the oxytocin hormone. Next. Oxytocin hormone are useful for strengthening and regulating uterine contraction, compressing blood vessels, as well as helping hemostatic so that it reduces the risk of postpartum bleeding. The physiological effect of oxytocin massage is stimulating the anterior and posterior pituitary to secrete the hormone oxytocin, thereby stimulating contraction of the uterus that affect the acceleration of uterine involution process. The uterine contraction happened due to intervention conducted by researchers in the form of oxytocin massage. It caused the reduction of fundal height in respondent with faster decrease. While the respondents were not massaged, there was no decrease in the slow involution, but normally it can reach 1 centimeter on average per day. Gradually, the size of the uterus will become smaller until its pre-pregnancy size. Next. And here the conclusion. The result of this study proves that oxytocin massage can accelerate the high decline of fundal height since the first until 10th day of postpartum. The physiological effect of oxytocin massage can stimulate the anterior and posterior pituitary to secrete oxytocin hormone, so that it will stimulate the myometrium muscle contraction that affects the acceleration of uterine involution process and prevent the occurrence of postpartum bleeding. Next. Next. So that's all my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. See you next time on the other occasion. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for Mrs. Mayasari Putri. You have 2 minutes to left. That is enough?
Yes, that is enough.
That is enough. Okay, thank you. Good morning for Mrs. Mayasari Putri Ardela. Now we will do the next presentator for the last one. That is Mrs. Kadek Shinta Marheni, S.Tr.Keb, M.Kes.
I'm here.
Halo. Okay, hello Mrs. Kadek Shinta Marheni. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, now is your turn. You will be representing the title, The Relationship of the Queen Lawrence Theory of exclusive assessment and stunting events in public health center Busung Biu, Ibuileng district of Bali. Now the time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the occasion. For the first time, I would like to say thanks to God because He gave me a best time today to oral presentation of the result. At the second, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kadek Marheni. I'm from Bali, at the last college from Ekiq Strada, Indonesia. Okay, my result is the title is the relationship of the green slowland theory of the exclusive assessment and stunting even in Puskesmas Busung Biu 1 of Bali. Okay, for the background, yes. Okay, stunting is the chronic condition that describes the stunting growth due to long-term malnutrition. The indicated by TB USAT score of the less to SD point. The stunting data at the Busung Biu in 2019 was the 51.25%. So this research on the factor of the causing stunting was needed. For the next slide, the method. The method of this result was the observational analytic study with the case control approach. The total sample of this result is 200 people, include the mother and toddler, age 24 until 59 months, according to the inclusion criteria. And then the sampling is done by using the cluster random sampling to select group of the sampled and simple random sampling to select the sample. The independent variable of this study were maternal age, sex of the toddler, age the toddler, family income, and then parents' educations, mother's married age, history of the maternal cake status, history of the birth weight, long history of the birth, history of the exclusive breastfeeding, and the history of the time giving MPAC. The collect data was dated using the chi-square and a multiple logistic regression to find out the significant level. And the significant level is the E-value for the 0.05. Next slide. The result of the multivariate analysis show that birth length less than 48 centimeters at the phi value is 0, and then OR value is 14.1, and then the group age for 24 until the 36 months had the p value is the 0.01, and then the OR for 1.6. While the maternal age, to the sex, family income, parents' educations, mother marriage age, history of the maternal cake status, history of the birth weight, history of the exclusive breastfeeding, and then history of the time of giving MPAC are not factors of the causing of the stunting. Next, the conclusion. The birth length less than 48 centimeters, and then the age group for 24 until the 36 months were the most dominant causes of this stunting. So this is necessary to get the interventions, assistance, and then monitoring of the growth of the development that is a good improve the quality of the life in the future. Okay, I think it's enough. And give me apologize if there are mistakes of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for Mrs. Nikade Shinta Marheni, right? Okay. You have 5 minutes to go. That is enough.
That is enough.
That is enough. Okay, thank you for your presenting. Now, finally, we have a question in Zoom chat. The question from Elok Wijayati. That is the question for Mrs. Ridha Rachmathiany. Mrs. Ridha Rachmathiany, are you there? Hello, Mrs. Ridha Rachmathiany. Mrs. Ridha Rachmathiany, can you hear my voice? Hello, Mrs. Ridha? Mrs. Rati? Is there Mrs. Ridha in this room?
Unfortunately, she already left.
Already left,
Yeah.
okay. So how about the question?
Apakah kosong Rita Mbak Rita ni? Belum diambil.
Okay, Mrs. Ridha.
Mrs. Ridha? Okay, unfortunately, she's
She's here.
left. Okay,
She's here. She's here.
she's here.
Yeah, I have just admit her.
Mrs. Ridha? Okay, she's writing an answer in Zoom chat. Mrs. Ridha said that
She said she cannot answer.
she's okay. Okay, we will. I just want to read the question, maybe, and then the answer of Mrs. Ridha. I think.
Oh, wait.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Ridha have a question from Elo Wijayanti. That's question I'd like to address question for Mrs. Ridha Rahmawati, who has presented about the influence of PHBS students female of Islamic boarding school and Huda Kediri City based on health belief theory. Can you please once again elaborate one statement in your conclusion which states that how to motivate yourself with PHBS? Since that it is a bit complicated for me to have a question on the conclusion. Maybe the question is a little bit complicated for me to have a question in conclusion. So, um, and then Mrs. Ridha Rahmawati answer at Zoom set 2. Maybe she have trouble in her computer, so we will waiting for the answer.
Okay, Mr. Sonny, maybe we will have a break first.
Okay, we will have
While we are waiting for the answer from Mrs. Rida.
okay, for the participant, don't leave before all is end because we will to announce the best presenter, right? And then we will waiting the answer of Mrs. Rida, and we will take a break